Hello and welcome to Computology Academy, specifically those who have joined us live and to all those also who will join later on and do join us in our live session. It is going to be beneficial to all of you in respect of the preparation for the Jharkhand live classes for general knowledge is going to be provided, and here specifically we are starting this session for the Jharkhand general knowledge or GS, whatever you say, GK or GS, because both are same. There is not that much of difference in between them. And here we are going to provide these classes with respect to the various vacancies that are going to be announced in the near future. Specifically, the government has already mentioned it in the press conference, and as well as they have announced it in the public also, that from 15th of November onwards, they are going to announce various vacancies to fill the vacancies in different departments. Those are there in the different departments in respect of the government offices in Jharkhand, and in that some of the major vacancies are going to be in the police department, because around 946 posts for the sub inspectors is vacant in Jharkhand, as per the information, as per the latest information that was published by the government. That is already in public domain, that this much of the vacancies are there in the police department in Jharkhand, and they are intending to fill it up. And as well as the government has announced that around more than 90k vacancies are there in different departments of Jharkhand, which the government intends to fill up in the near future. So it is obvious that they will announce the vacancies on these posts, 90,000 posts, and that is why it becomes imperative for the students to start preparing for the exams. And most of the students are already preparing for different exams, different government services, not specifically for Jharkhand, but for other government services also, like the bank, POSSC, CGL, etc. And in that course, what happens? The students already prepare for those subjects which are common to all the examinations, and those subjects are mostly history, history of India, polity of India, geography of India, economics, right? Social sciences, whatever you say, general sciences, current affairs of national issues. So these kind of subjects are already prepared by the students. And later on, what happens if the vacancies are going to be for the Jharkhand state government services? So definitely what will happen, there will be specific questions related to Jharkhand, and that is why this session is going to be important for those students who are going to prepare for the Jharkhand government services, those vacancies which are going to be announced for the Jharkhand related posts. That will be very important for those students who are willing to appear in these examinations. And that is why we are providing the free classes for free sessions for these GK related examinations, where the Jharkhand related syllabus will be very important. As well as what happens, most of the time what happens, the students are preparing for the general competition, but what happens, they go on to neglect the regional information, the regional general knowledge, because these vacancies does not come so regularly. And that is why they think that whenever there will be the notification, then only they will go on to prepare the syllabus related to these state related examinations, and that is why many of the students lag in these portion of the syllabus. And here you will be provided with the information related to Jharkhand, and in that specifically what is the most important part of the syllabus, those are related to Jharkhand. So our focus point will be here the history of Jharkhand. In that, we will go on to read about the tribals, and in that also we will go on to read about the administrative system of the tribals, their origin, their distribution, their cultural attributes, their traditional attributes. So all these things related to the tribal people is going to be a very important part for the preparation of the government exams which are going to be announced by the government of Jharkhand to fill up various vacancies. Thereafter, in the history part, again, what will be the important part? The national movement, and not in the Indian perspective. Point it out here that these will be important in the perspective of Jharkhand. How does the national movements flourished in Jharkhand? What was the importance of national movement in the history of Jharkhand? Who were the people who had participated in the national movements for the independence of India, who hailed from Jharkhand, and what was their contribution, in which areas they were active, what kind of action they were doing, what kind of protest they were doing, what was their influence in overall perspective of Jharkhand. So these things will be very important in respect of the preparation for the government exams for Jharkhand. And next will be what? Next will be the movement for separate state of Jharkhand. How does Jharkhand came into existence? So Jharkhand is not a new concept. As a regional concept, Jharkhand existence since time immemorable. When we will go on to study about the history of the tribals, then we will come to know that the Jharkhand existence since time immemorable, since the ancient period. The oldest and the most primitive tribe in Jharkhand is the Asura tribe. All these facts and figures will be available over there. So all these things will also be studied over here, and that is why the history of Jharkhand, the culture of Jharkhand, the tradition of Jharkhand is very diverse, very vivid, which we will go on to study in these sessions. We will have a look at all these things, right? And here, thereafter, what will happen thereafter? We will see about the modern administrative system of Jharkhand. How does the modern polity of Jharkhand works? What kind of polity exists in Jharkhand? How does the political parties function in Jharkhand? Thereafter, the demography of Jharkhand, right? So demographic attributes, the composition of population, the literacy rate, their distribution, and these all things related to it will be discussed over here. Thereafter, we will go on to study about the economy of Jharkhand, specifically the Jharkhand related economic attributes of the syllabus. And in that, we will particularly go on to focus on agriculture, mining, industry, employment. So all these things will be discussed over here, and thereafter the most specific ghost related to the preparation of government exams of Jharkhand, which is a ghost for every student, every aspirant who is preparing for any government exams related to Jharkhand. So here the most important topics, those are going to be the Chota Nagpur Tenancy Act and Santhal Pargana Tenancy Act. These two acts form a very huge part of all the government examinations, and specifically in JPSC, around 10, 15 to 20 questions are asked from this part only, and that's why it becomes very important for the students to go on to study in detail the questions asked to these parts, is asked related from these parts, are very diverse, very complicated, and factual based also. So here the factual clarity as well as the conceptual clarity, both of those are required, and that is why it becomes important for the students to study these parts in detail, specifically the Chota Nagpur Tenancy Act and the Santhal Pargana Tenancy Act. Here, the students think that we will go on to mug up the facts and we will be in a good position to answer the questions related to Santhal Pargana Tenancy Act and the Chota Nagpur Tenancy Act. However, it is easily said than done, right? So it is not so easy to do that, and it is because these two acts are very bulky and they came into existence after several revisions, after the Wilkinson rule, after the Regulation Act, and all those things. All those acts were the predecessors of these two acts, and thereafter these two acts came into existence, and some of the amendments have also been done after independence of India to these acts to provide some kind of liberty to the government for the acquisition of land, for the developmental works, for the construction of road, for the construction of railway lines, for the construction of government buildings, to provide the mining facilities to the government sector. And later on, when the government started to lease out the mines, then the private sector also had to acquire the land for doing the mining work. So to facilitate all these things, it was necessary to do some kind of amendment to these acts, and which was done later on, and we should know about those amendments also. And that is why in detailed discussion of these two acts and the concept behind all those sections which are mentioned over in these acts is a must know thing for the aspirants who are going to appear in any government exams. Those are being released, those are being announced by the government of Jharkhand. And here we will simplify these acts in such a way that you will be in a better position to understand the conceptual underpinning of these acts as well as the factual things about these acts, so that it will be very easy for you people to answer the questions. And thereafter we will go on to study about the government plans and policies. Government plans and policies, because if you are going to be a government official, if you have to do the public service, because the government officials are basically the public service, so you have to serve the people. For that matter, you should know first of all in the history part, in the traditional art and culture part, in the demographic part, in the economic part, you will come to know about the grassroots level condition of the people. And thereafter you will study about the government plans and policies, so that you will be aware of what kind of the plans and policies are being implemented by the government, by the state government specifically, to improve the condition of the people of Jharkhand. And thereafter you will have to analyze what kind of improvement is needed, what kind of betterment can be done in these plans and policies, so that the people of Jharkhand will be in a better position to ensure their development, to ensure their well-being, to uplift the people above the poverty line. So all these things will come from the knowledge of the government plans and policies, and that is why these kind of syllabus are compiled by any commission to conduct the examination, because these are the things which are needed टू मेक अ बेटर पब्लिक सर्वेंट. बाकी आप बाद में क्या करते हो तो आपका चॉइस है. ऐसे बहुत सारे पब्लिक सर्वेंट हुए हैं, और रिसेंट पास्ट में ही आप लोगों ने देखा भी होगा कि कुछ ऐसे ब्यूरोक्रेट्स थे हु वेयर कंटिन्यूअसली इन न्यूज बिकॉज ऑफ देयर एक्ट्स एंड डीड्स. सो these things goes on, but still majority of the public servants are good, they are willing to serve, otherwise the government would have crumbled, would have collapsed. So the government is functional still nowadays because of the efforts of the good public servant who are working in the government, right? So always pick the positive things, negative things को साइड कीजिए. आप क्या बनना चाहते हैं वो आप ध्यान में रखिए. And if you are going to be a better public servant, then it will be beneficial for you as well as for the citizen of the state also and India also, right? So that is going to happen. So here the government plans and policies will be focused upon, and thereafter we will move on to discuss about one of the major burning issue, that will be the left wing extremism. Left wing extremism. So this is a burning issue because Jharkhand has suffered from this left wing extremism issue from the time immemorial. Before the independence also there was some kind of uprising, and the left wing extremism was there in the undercurrent form, and later on it manifested in a big way after the independence, right? But nowadays most of the left wing extremism has been eradicated, and it is located in small pockets in some of the specific areas like of that of Saranda forest region, bordering areas of Odisha and Chhattisgarh, and these regions are only nowadays which are affected with the left wing extremism. However, we will have to study about that, and thereafter we will study about the government plans and policies which are over there to facilitate the left wing extremists to surrender and to join the mainstream, right? So here to surrender and to promote the surrender of the left wing extremists and motivate them to join the mainstream life, the government is providing various facilities, they are providing the reward, they are providing the insurance, and all those plans and policies will be discussed in detail over here. And thereafter we will go on to discuss some related current issues. So this series is going to be a long series, and this is going to be very beneficial, because after this we will go on to learn about the places of interest in Jharkhand, various natural beauty locations, various archaeological sites, various religious sites, various modern sites are also there in Jharkhand, which are going to be asked in the paper, and those are there in the various papers time and again, that will be discussed over here. So this will be the course of our session, and this is for the introductory class, so that you will be in a better position to know that how does this session will progress in future, and accordingly you will be in a better position. You may go on to read by your own also some kind of things, you may go on to ask some questions over here in the comment box, we will try to answer the question, and thereafter it will be a holistic two-way communication, so that it will ensure that the development, the conceptual clarity, the factual clarity of the students should be in a best possible way, right? And one more thing, we have announced our test series for the 67th BPSC mains examination. So go on to visit our website, there you will find the English medium BPSC mains test series for geography, and thereafter Hindi medium geography history test series for mains. So both of the tests are for the mains examination of the BPSC. This is going to be a holistic answer writing practice where a holistic development of the students will be ensured, and these test series are going to be conducted by the most experienced teachers available over here for the BPSC exam preparation, specifically for the mains examination preparation. And here, the continuous hand holding and personal mentoring will be provided to the students. So go on to register the test series, those who are going to appear in the mains examination, or even those who want to appear in the BPSC mains examination in future, and they want to have a lead over the other students who want to be prepared in a better manner. So they can go on to join this test series, as well as various other online courses are available on our website. You can go on to join those courses. Thank you very much, and be on the time. We will do join our live session from tomorrow onwards. And here one more thing is that the Hindi medium discussion will also be available on our Hindi channel. Specifically, the same name is over there, Computology Academy, only Hindi is the suffix added to that channel name. So on the Computology Academy Hindi channel, you will find the same discussion in the Hindi medium, and in the English medium you will find the discussion over here on this same channel. And go on to subscribe our channel, press the bell icon, so that you will get the notification whenever we will upload our video, and you will not miss out any of the session. Thank you very much and have a nice day.